Welcome to the project demonstration of hybrid MPPT system with dual axis solar tracker. So here hybrid nothing but we are going to taking the input from the renewable sources like solar as well as wind, and for the solar we attach the dual axis solar tracking system with help of these 4 LDRs. So 2 LDRs to track this solar panel in east to west, and these 2 are deviation towards the north during the winter season. So here these 2 LDRs interface to our PIC16F877A microcontroller, and this controller will read the input from the input sensors as well as the voltage monitoring from the solar as well as wind. So here, as we know that MPPT nothing but maximum power point tracking system. So here whenever the voltage is crosses the threshold value, the 4.5 volts, the 14.5 volts, then the microcontroller will regulate the voltage to keep the power maximum, and then the voltage will be controlled and the current will be increased so that the power will be always constant which is sufficient to charge our battery. Same thing for the wind also. So here we attach the solar panel ratings of 12 volt 10 watts, and there is main input to our microcontroller. So E0 pin of or 16F877A, and wind power input is to A5 pin, and here we are using resistor, that's a potential divider, in order to measure the voltage. Why? Because we are getting the voltage of around 15 volts to 18 volts, and the microcontroller can handle up to 5 volts. So that's why we are reducing the voltage with help of potential divider circuit with a ratio of 10:1. So means when I am getting the 10 volts from the solar panel, but the microcontroller will get only 1 volt, and it will be multiplied with 10 inside the microcontroller with embedded C language. So here the wind is for A5 pin, and the next is LDRs. So LDRs interface rates A0 A1 for east to west, and A2 A3 for north deviation LDRs, and the next L293 motor driver. So here we are controlling the 2 DC motors, one DC motor for north deviation and another is east to west controlling DC motor. These 2 are interfaced to the L293 motor driver. One L293 motor driver can control 2 DC motors at a time, and there was interface at C0, C1, C2, C3 pins. And the next LCD, in order to display the voltage from the solar panel before MPPT and after MPPT. So whenever the voltage is crosses 14.5 volts, then only the MPPT system will on and it will start regulating the voltage. The output of the so-called MPPT system will be displayed on the LCD screen. So here on the LCD first line, solar panel voltage before MPPT and solar panel voltage after MPPT. Same thing for wind also. And coming to the MPPT systems, so here we are using the 2 boards separately for wind and solar. So whenever the voltage is measured from these pins is crosses the threshold values, then the microcontroller will sending the PWM signals to these 2 MOSFETs, and here there are the current boosters also. So those are like inductor and a capacitor, and the diode purpose is whenever the MOSFET is switched off, then the capacitor will discharge. So in order to eliminate the power from capacitor towards the inductor, then the diode will act as a unidirectional current flow. So then it will only allow the power from inductor plus voltage, capacitor voltage will be given to directly to the charging circuits. Same thing from the solar and wind. So from this charging circuitry we are going to provide the directly output to our battery, and here battery ratings are, so here we are using 4 battery packs. Each battery pack consists of 3 4 volt 1 amp batteries are connected in series, so we will get 12 volt 1 amp, and here 4 battery packs are connected in parallel, so we will get 12 volt 4 amps. So that's nothing but it's directly 50 watts of power we are getting from this battery pack, and that is the input to our inverter circuits. So here we are using full bridge inverter circuitry, and which will use it to convert the 12 volts DC to 12 volts AC initially from this MOSFETs, and that particular 12 volts AC will be step up to 230 volts AC with help of this step up transformer. So it can handle up to 50 watts of load can be handled by this inverter. So in order to utilize the battery power through the inverter, just in order to we can just switch on this, the bulb will glow and through the inverter. This is a 230 volts AC will get directly at this section. And one more source is there in order to charge the battery as a safe mode whenever the solar and wind is not available, that is from the transformer. So just connect the transformer to the 230 volts inputs. So right, so after connecting the transformer, here we need to connect the T to the T, and then there will be a light indication, and then after connect the N to the N here. Right, so it will take up to 12 hours of time to be fully charged. Why? Because we are using the high power battery and we are providing less power input from the so-called transformer. So coming to this charging circuitry, so you can observe that these three are same like. So let me explain you one charging circuit. So here we are providing the AC power supply. Why? Because 230 volts AC is input to the transformer. The transformer will provide us a 12 volts AC, and so there are the 4 diodes are connected in a manner of bridge rectifier, so that we will get the 12 volts DC, that is pulsating DC. So with the help of this capacitor we are going to remove the pulses, so that we will get the 12 volts pure DC voltage, and that is input to our battery to charge it. Same here also, but though we are generating DC power supply from the wind as well as solar, but here we are using rectifier. Why? Because if is there any reverse connection was made at this section, then this rectifier will rectify that to plus and minus. So here the rectifier purpose is not only AC to DC. If you are connected in reverse bias also, then it will rectify that polarity. It's a polarity corrector as we are using in this 2 charging circuitry sections. Okay, and coming to this motherboard. So here from these 5 pins we can see the 5 male bulk strip, which is used to load the X code into our PIC microcontroller, and this is the crystal oscillator, which is of 20 megahertz oscillator frequency will be generated to the microcontroller in order to execute the instructions which are given inside the microcontroller. And next there are the 3 limit switches in order to limit the rotation of our DC motors and the solar panel. Just for safety purpose, these 3 are interfaced to our microcontroller at, this is the one more one here, at DC D5, D6, D7. Here we can see the 3 resistors, and one more is LED indication, and like LCD interface at B2 to B7, and these MOSFETs for the MPPT as interface at the C6, C7 and C4, C5 pins directly. So let us see the demonstration. So now I am disconnecting the main power source to demonstrate the whole system through the battery only. This one is the main switch for the motherboard, and this is the main switch for the inverter. So when we switch on this switch, the system will go to the initial position to make the solar panel towards the sun. So consider the camera view is going to be the east, right? So then there will be a welcome message on the LCD screen, and the system is initialized to 0, and then and this is the demonstration for east to west rotation sun tracking system. And coming to the deviation, right, if the sun is deviate towards the north polarity, then it will rotate the system stepwise in order to keep the solar panel towards the sun. So when it is stabilized, it will stop moving, and when it's moving again, it start moving. So once the solar panel goes for sunset direction, is a totally west side, then automatically the whole system will be initialized to the east position directly as we start the kit initially.